Good evening. Welcome back to the Pratte Gym on a rainy night here in western Pennsylvania. After a long day, I returned to Pittsburgh, to that great community of Mount Lebanon, which I've always had a very special place in my heart for. And I went to the Slater Brothers Funeral Home. More on that in a moment. But for those of you who know me and have followed me on radio and television, you know that I've always spoke very highly of those who are in the funeral industry. They do such an amazing job building that bridge between our existence and eternity. And when it comes to the Slater Brothers in Mount Lebanon, they're the benchmark. I've had many conversations about what they do. But tonight it was a little different than it normally is when I attend a viewing of a friend or someone that I have, met along the way as far as paying respects to a family member. A kindred spirit, truly a real brother, a band of brothers, of course, a lot of folks that I have worked with throughout my amazing almost 4 decades in this business of broadcasting, but none more than Marty Griffin. I was friends with him the first time that he was back on his home turf working, and then when he returned from Texas, it was just so nice to see a familiar face, but also have a chance to sit down and talk on a regular basis at the plant to a guy that I could always relate to. It's kind of ironic, but our chairs literally are back to back at CBS Radio World Headquarters in Greentree. And one of the small treats is that I would always love to get there when Marty was having his usually brown bag lunch after he got off the air at noon, and I would have a chance to sit down and talk to him about life and what was going on in his world and my world and the way Marty Griffin looked at life, which to this day I think is pretty incredible. You know, I never had the chance to meet his father of the same name, Marty, who passed away recently at the age of 78, but I felt like I knew him because of the stories that Marty would tell. And as I would watch him at Studio K behind the glass in one of the various production studios at KDK when I was working on Fridays, or obviously listening to him on the radio. And whenever I would do a remote broadcast, especially the 7 Fishes of Christmas Eve, in the throng of people, I was always so happy to see that face, Marty Griffin. And the thing that I always will take away when I think about Marty Griffin is the fact that those are, people that really make eye contact, people that can tell stories and really describe something, and you can use the radio and actually see it unfolding in your mind. And make no mistake, no matter what Marty was talking about, the thing that I will always remember about him is that eye contact. He never looked over your shoulder or would look up or look down. When he was engaged in a conversation, lighthearted or not, it was nose to nose, and you knew exactly where he was coming from. That, of course, I believe from a very strong upbringing. And tonight, as I was there paying my respects to his father, his lovely wife, Christine Sorensen of Channel 2, you may know, she was there. And I was thinking about his son and daughter, who I've watched grow up with those standard 5x7s and 8x10s that everybody puts on their desk at work, right? Well, had a chance to sit and talk to his mother, who was having a great conversation with another one of my longtime friends and truly a favorite, another guy who could basically do just about anything when it came to media and still does a great job, whether hosting Pittsburgh Today Live or giving you the latest weather forecast, and also that former All-American at the University of Tennessee, my buddy John Burnett. But as I reached out to her and gave her my condolences, I just started thinking about how proud you have to be of your family. I met Marty's sister and I met his brother. And as I was standing there, just kind of gathering it all in, there was a beautiful fire roaring in a fireplace off in the distance, and it had a glass hearth, and I was looking at the reflection of people that were gathering around Marty, who would always call his dad my man. And he said, you know, Rob, there's been times of late that I wanted to pick up the phone and tell him what was going on here. And I could totally relate losing my father back in 2000, the Rock, if you will. Well, know one thing, he may have been Marty's my man, but Marty, as I was looking at the reflection of all of these people and you right there in the middle, you now are the man of the Griffin family. And I'm sure your dad couldn't be prouder. And yeah, you may not be able to pick up the phone and talk to me as you once did, but you'll be able to use your theater of the mind and use your heart and soul and talk to him every night, whether you're in prayer or just deep thought. And it's ironic too, and you will see this as your son Vincent grows, you will see a lot of you and your father in him. So for those of us who are lucky enough to have children, we never lose our parents. They just become an extension in our children. And I see it every day with my 2 sons and my daughter, in which I'm very fortunate and blessed every day to have them. Also, Marty Griffin has this ability, whether it's his Get Marty segment on KDKA TV2 or daily on the radio Monday through Friday, 9 to noon, to tell stories and really paint pictures that just come to life. And I think that's why he's so beloved in this region, because Marty Griffin could be anywhere in the country doing what he does. He's that good. But he's one of us. He's a Yinzer. And I just love being around him, talking shop and talking Pittsburgh and talking family. And then as I was about ready to leave, he was pointing out some of the artwork that his father had done. And I thought, wow, there it is. And as I rose from my knees after paying my condolences to his father and lightly touching him on the shoulder and wishing him well on his journey, I took my eyes and that laser focus gazed at his artwork. And I thought, no wonder Marty is able to tell such great stories. His father used a paintbrush and Marty used his gift. You know, I've been in this business long enough where you can tell someone reading a script or, looking at that teleprompter on television. There's no script or really teleprompter of significance when Marty's out doing his Get Marty segment. Why? Once again, it's a matter of the heart. Marty Griffin is a common man helping common people every day. He wants to make it better for his family, but also families everywhere. And he does it because he loves it. And again, not only can he be anywhere in the country doing what he does, but he could be doing just about anything. But he does this because he cares. And I just want him to know that we all care about him. Not only his extended family that listen to him on the radio or watch him on television, but for those of us who are fortunate enough to work with him, but yes, his immediate family too. Because even strong-willed people like Marty Griffin, it's difficult to lose a parent. Because once you turn that page, you realize, hey, it's going to be an even tougher journey because people are going to be counting on you. But the thing that I will always know about Marty Griffin, those shoulders are broad, very broad, and he's willing to carry anybody who's willing to carry their own weight. And Marty Griffin is a person that will do more than help anybody at any time, as long as they show him that they're willing to kind of help him help them along the way. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great rest of your evening from the Pratte Gym.